Sex education should begin from home, from the 2-year-old. Any lovemaking scene on the screen and my mother switches the channel off. Rather than say that, you know what, this is something that 2 adults do when they love and care for each other, but we do it in private. So when they are showing it like this, it's making me feel very uncomfortable. So I want to switch the channel. Now if the mother or the father said that, of course, besides all the messages, 2 adults, love, this, that, privacy, the other message, bigger message is that when the mother or father are uncomfortable about sexuality, they talk to me about it. So I can also tell them about something that is making me feel uncomfortable in this area.
It's not about I have to talk to my children, it's about I talk about sex in general to everybody I meet. And my kids hear that and they go, this is a conversation I can have in my house. With respect, with consent, with comfort.
There are online courses, there are practical courses, there are courses, I mean practically in the sense that what will you say, exact words. Maybe play role games. Ask your partner to play the role of a 3 or 4-year-old and you keep asking questions and answering. So you can develop comfort in that way.
Before they start sexuality education, I think parents have to understand where are they coming from. Are you giving sexuality education to your child because you don't want them to ever get abused and you don't want them to become pregnant and have HIV and you don't want them to have sex before they get married? You lost the battle already. Because you're coming from a wrong space. You're coming from a space of hindrance, of prevention of bad things which can happen. I think if parents are clear about that you are answering questions and you respect your child's views irrespective of what they are, I think then probably parents' ability to give sexuality education will shift, because you need to make a huge shift. So I would probably tell parents, just remove don't from your vocabulary. When the children say anything, and I like to follow the rule, is that always say yes first. Of course, okay, definitely. And then say, but you know, what are the things you think would be a problem here, and let's work on that. Biggest problems parents will face when they're doing this work with their children is that they will face resistance from the family. Family will go, why are you talking about things like this? The aunt who comes in and says, "Arey, teri beti to kitni kali hai. Arey, uske chashme lag gaye." Poor thing. So these are things where the parent actually has to step in, even if it's a very respected part of the family, and say, "No, I don't see how darkness makes any difference." What happens here is children start realizing parents are standing for them. And sexuality education is not an isolated topic. It's about everything the parent is standing for the child. Most people confuse sexuality education with knowledge about how to have intercourse and how to have safe sex. Sexuality is an understanding of your own self. It's how you react to yourself. It's your body image, it's your self-esteem, it's the way you dress, it's the way you express yourself. It's about being transgender or homosexual. You learn slowly as your body reacts, you'll understand better who you are. But it's okay to feel homosexual or bisexual or heterosexual or whatever it is you want to feel. Sex is part of you, it's part of your body, it's part of your thinking, it's what is building you up. The reason you grow into an adult is to have sex and reproduce. So it's so much part of you. Children have sexual feelings. What they have found is talking about sexuality to children from a young age increases the age of first sexual experimentation. So one of the main reasons for sexuality education stays the fact that children would like to experiment sexually because their hormones are telling them to do so. But if they feel they can talk about it to their parents, talk about it to their colleagues, get good, accurate knowledge about it, they will be less likely to experiment and get into trouble.
So the first thing is, when you're naming the parts of the body, say for your 2-year-old child, begin with the head, eyes, nose, neck, stomach, say something now. Don't go straight to the toes. So you can find a word that you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with the penis, vagina, vulva, genitals, then at least say susu jaga and potty jaga. 8 onwards, you begin to say sperms, ovum, womb, as the child grows.
क्योंकि हर छोटा कभी ना कभी बड़ा जरूर हो जाता है सर.
Teach them 3 very basic personal safety rules, which are like the sexuality etiquettes. That we keep this part covered in front of others. We do not touch these parts in front of others. And we talk about these parts with people who love and care and keep us safe. We don't casually draw attention to these parts. So if the child comes in Nanga Panga into the room and you're sitting with your friends, you don't say shame, shame, poppy shame, because then you're putting shame in a part of the body whereas shame belongs in your behavior. So then you say, Bete, I told you no, go wear your chaddi and come. Why? It's so hot? No, see everybody is wearing, go and wear. That's a rule. Or the child is touching. Instead of saying, Chi, dirty girl, dirty boy, go wash your hands. That kind of a thing later on interferes with any kind of sexual exploration, either of themselves or with their partner. So you just say, Bete, I told you no, we don't touch here. Go. You can go into your room, you can go under a table, you can go in your privacy into a bathroom and touch yourself. That's absolutely fine. 3, 4, 5-year-olds playing with each other, exploring each other, that is normal psychosexual social development of the child. That's the time when their sexual mapping, sexual network in their brain is being laid. So they will explore. Just ignore, just walk away. Later on tell the child, I saw you guys playing. You were all playing in the bathroom. I've also done that. But one thing is, no older person should join in that game. And also never force somebody to join in that game if they don't want to.
I could kiss you.
I could. I mean, I'd like to. May I?
The concept that we can talk about sex and sexuality at the dining table with our parents and our grandparents, where you can have a conversation in class, where it's neither bordering on the titillating, nor is it associated with shame and guilt. You're very thirsty and there's this vendor on the road with a very dirty glass of dirty water. You wouldn't drink it. Because all your life from small childhood, you've been told this water is clean, this is dirty, this is good for your body, that's not good for your body. So you have been able to make the decision. But in sex, that never happens. So sometimes you're left on your own and you have to start making your own rules as to when it's okay, when it's not okay. So read, learn, think and make your ideas beforehand. When you're in a situation where sex may happen, it's too late to decide. But if you've already got some clarity in your mind, it becomes easier.